Hello and welcome back to another week of Sambo iRacing. We are back in the Ferrari 296 GT3, this time at Mexico City Grand Prix edition for the IMSA Racing Series. Now for the open setup, if you do want to use what I would say is an incredibly good setup, you can visit our website sambosetup.com, being shown in the bottom right hand side of the screen, or you can visit our Patreon page. There is a link also in the description. Any questions, let me know in the comments, and as always we're going to do a hot lap of breakdown, then we will be doing it one final time, the driving line on, because I know so many of you like to learn with it on at first. Right. So here we are, smashing it down the incredibly long main straight, coming up towards turn 1. My brake bias is at 49.6%. And as you can see, this is on low fuel, so I ran a full session. And on the brakes, up to about 70%. I'm going to trail it off down to the apex, back on the gas in second gear, lightly on the brakes, then back on the gas in second gear. Little lift to get through there. Exit nice and wide. Head over to the right-hand side. And we're looking for just before that 1 marker, just after the 2, all the way down to first gear, back on the gas. Now lift lightly on the brakes, and then back on the gas in first. Leave it in first, and then long trail off, back on the gas. I'm going to head over to the right hand side. We're looking for this porta potty on the right hand side. Once we've gone through there, on the brakes only up to about 20-25%, back on the gas in third gear, really cutting that corner. Lightly on the brakes and a lift, head over to left hand side, try and get to the rumble strip, and now cut this corner and that one. Exit nice and wide, hook it back over to left hand side, get nice and tight to the wall without hitting it. Now we're looking for the start of the rumble strip on the brakes, again up to about 65%, back on the gas in second gear, head over to the right hand side. I'm going to brake up to about 60%, trail off down to first gear, just clipping that apex, running over that curb, totally ignoring this, staying to the left of it. Now on the brakes, final time, on the gas in first. I have to say, they were beautiful telemetry traces for myself. Right, over across the line we go in a 140.3. We've got the breakdown coming up next. Right, here we are with the breakdown lap. So our first braking marker is coming up just after the 5. Yeah, and just before the 4, as you can see, and we hit the brakes up to about 75%. Again, I'm trying to stay out the ABS. Now, a lot of people message, getting back on the gas in second. A lot of people comment. Now we go over to the right-hand side, and once we are here, we are getting on the brakes, only up to about 15%. Trail it off, back on the gas in second gear at the apex. And now we're going to do a lift, and then back on the gas. Wasn't a full lift. Yeah, a lot of people comment underneath saying, why aren't you using the ABS? You can brake later, you can brake harder, and you can for a hot lap. But we try and do these guides as if you are racing in a race, and if you're going to live in the ABS, then whilst you can do that to some extent in real life GT3s, iRacing penalizes you for it, so you don't want to be doing that at all. So you can see we're just starting to go on the brakes now, just before the 2. I hit a peak of 75%. Now I trail it off down to first gear, picking back up on the gas. Over to the left-hand side, and now we go on the brakes, only up to about 15%. And again, I'm going to trail that off. I get back on the gas once the front of the car has settled down after hitting that curb. Back on the gas. And now, once we get to this sort of darkened patch, if you see on the white line right in front of me, so I'm currently sat on top of a clean bit, but this darkened bit, this is when I hit the brakes, only up to about 35%, and I trail it off down to midway between the 2 apeces. Then I get back on the gas in first. Over to the right hand side. Now we're going to go on the brakes, only up to about 25%, trail it off, picking back up in third gear at the apex. And we're going to go flat through here, and as you can see, you can take a huge amount of curb. You can take a load of curb here as well, getting your left-hand tyres over the rumble strip by some distance. And then once we're basically alongside this orange thing on the left-hand side, that's when I get on the brakes. And again, only up to about 15%. Hold it there, picking back up on the gas while cutting the corner in third. And then, yeah, track limits are just an imagination. A figment of your imagination around here. All right, next braking marker is going to be just as we get to the start of this rumble strip. I'm back on the gas in second. And just before we get over to the white line here, we're going to brake pointing towards the rumble strip. Rail it off down to first. I've actually missed the apex there, but I didn't in some of the other GT3s that I did. It's probably cost me a couple of tenths. Just a nice trail off. Back on the gas in first, making sure that you are cutting that corner. The Ferrari, certainly in the setup that we've built here, can nicely do that. We want to be right to the left-hand side of this curve here. Opens up the final corner in first. Back on the gas, head back over to the left-hand side. You don't want to mount this too much because there's a horrible off-track that costs you a couple of seconds here. And over and across the line we go in a 140.3. We've got one final version coming up next with the driving line on without me talking. Enjoy. Or don't.